Good evening and Merry Christmas. Welcome to this 11 o'clock candlelight service. No matter who you are, no matter where your life has taken you in the past or where it may lead you in the future, no matter who you love or how you identify, you are welcome here. And we give thanks that you have found your way to us this day, whether here in the sanctuary or on Zoom or on our live stream on Facebook or at some future date on our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. Gratitudes for Francis Chason in the back, running all of our technology tonight, pretty close to it. Oh, with Mike. Oh, okay, great. And Sylvia Clerk on piano, and Shelley McLeod, our soloist, and Keith, what's your last name? Keith Simmons, my colleague, and Laurel Walton, who are helping out with the service tonight as well, and Burl in the back. Thank you for your ushering. We want to acknowledge that these lands on which we gather are the traditional unceded territories of the Syilx Okanagan people. They have been here for many, many centuries before any of our people showed up. They tended this land, nurtured this land, understand this land to be holy. And so we, in seeking reconciliation, want to do the same. We want to acknowledge this land as sacred. We want to acknowledge the people as sacred and honor them for all that they have done to take care of this land that we are now on. So tonight we celebrate the coming of Emmanuel, God with us, born to humble parents and revealed to an unsuspecting world. Tonight we journey with Mary and Joseph to witness the birth of the most holy child. We remember the days before the coming of Christ and recall a world of trouble and turmoil into which Jesus is born. A world not unlike the one in which we live right now. We remember and we celebrate the hope given to us in the coming of the light. And so we sing together, "Come, come, Emmanuel." And those are the only words that you have to sing. So even if you don't know it, you'll know it by the end. Okay. Please join me in our responsive call to worship. Hope looked down and saw despair. Peace looked down and saw war. Joy looked down and saw sadness. Love looked down and saw hatred. Light looked down and saw darkness. Said light. So indeed, the child of hope, the Prince of Peace, the Spirit of joy, the God of love, the Lord of light, comes down and snuggles in beside us.
Under the cover of a warm and quiet night, there is a heart that beats with quiet thunder and shudders under the load of fear that comes from glimpsing the face of the unknown. Despite the warmth, Mary and Joseph shiver in the night air as they look out on the world, wondering, how will they manage? The two of them, soon to be three, so scared, so full of wondering about what is to come. What will their futures hold? Mary speaks of an angel. Imagine an angel. She says the angel's name is Gabriel. How could she mistake an angel for anyone else? It is no one they know, not dressed up, not from far away, but rather otherly, from another place entirely, from the heavens where there is no fear of what tomorrow will bring, where no one asks if there will be comfort and safety. The angel promises them a great joy, a child of wonder and wisdom, a child of grace and strength. And the name of the child will be the awaited one, the Comforter, the Prince of Peace, the promise of God.
Oh, sorry. There is a light shining in the darkness, a light which shines through the Word, and the Word is light, and the light is the light of the world.
From More Voices, number 158, if you like music to sing with, there are hymn books, and there will be words as well. Dream a Dream.
As children do,
Please be seated. Joseph and Mary have a family living nearby who try to understand and they try to refrain from judging, but there are questions unasked. There are murmurs behind their backs and hands covering mouths, and there is whispering. Mary has wonder in her eyes, the anticipation of great things to come. She is hopeful, trusting. God is with them. The eyes of others, however, follow her down the street. They watch with curiosity and concern as she grows daily more beautiful, more filled with wonder and life. Soon the two will travel. Weariness will well up in them, and the couple will try to remember the words given to them by an angel. Fear not. The darkness may hold many fears, but Mary's faith illuminates a love that can overcome judgment, overcome question, overcome fear.
There is a light shining in the darkness, a light which shines through the Word, and the Word is light, and the light is the light of the world.
Come, thou long-expected Jesus. And the words again will be up for us. Please be seated. As required of them, Joseph and Mary pack up their food and their belongings and they head toward the town of Bethlehem, the town of crowds and camels, of pushing and noise, of travelers looking for shelter. There, hopefully, they will find lodging and food and warmth and shelter and light. But as the couple stumbles wearily into the dark town, there are no smiles of reassurance with hot food to warm them. There are no beds ready with clean linen, smelling of sun and of wind. Nothing, save a stable, cleared of its animals, well, sort of, and some straw upon which to lay their heads. After the final steps are taken, the donkey set loose, the packs laid on the ground, the time arrives, waiting, not for beds, or linens, or warmth, or shelter, or comfort, or light.
There is a light shining in the darkness, a light which shines through the Word, and the Word is light, and the light is the light of the world.
Sing from Voices United, number 64, O Little Town of Bethlehem. And you can stay seated for this one. A miracle, an everyday miracle that is made more miraculous by the touch of God. The couple stare at the wonder before them. To be part of such a moment, surely it was never before like this for anyone. An everyday miracle, and yet more. Mary nestles the babe to her breast as if there were nothing at all in the world but the child. There's no chickens underfoot, no musty straw to sneeze away, no drafty darkness, just warmth, just shelter, just comfort, just light.
There is a light shining in the darkness, a light which shines through the Word, and the Word is light, and the light is the light of the world.
Sing from Voices United, number 69, Away in a Manger. I think we can stay seated for this one too. there they lay, whole and complete, awed at the gentle sounds and soft breathing that is this newborn babe. Awe and joy. Joy so deep it winds down around their hearts and wafts out the cracks of the stable and soars high into the night and breaks through the darkness.
There is a light shining in the darkness, a light which shines through the word, and the word is light, and the light is the light of the world.
And we'll sing again from Voices United 35, Good Christian Friends Rejoice. The night is changed. No longer a waiting, shapeless presence, but now a time of holiness, a time of awe. Even those in the fields are surprised by the shattered darkness. A rent in the sky appears and angels billow out over the night-shrouded hills. The darkness cannot hold back the light. Light pours out over the shepherds and their sheep and rolls over the town, guiding them through the city, its crowds, its noise, tugging wanderers in from the world's edge to see the babe, the Word become flesh, the child of hope, the Prince of Peace, the Spirit of joy, the God of love, the Lord of light.
There is a light shining in the darkness, a light which shines through the word, and the word is light, and the light is the light of the world.
We'll sing about angels, angels we have heard on high from Voices United 38. And after the shepherds have gone, they leave in their wake wonder and awe and memories of faces touched by holy light. The young family rests in the stable, heads on rough surfaces, bodies limp with exhaustion and relief. And yet wisps of excitement still hang in the air, and joy wraps herself in garlands of light around the sleeping mother and child. And Joseph watches them sleep, breathing low and soft, snuggled together in straw and silence, the light of God shining all round them.
There is a light shining in the darkness, a light which shines through the Word, and the Word is light, and the light is the light of the world.
So we should sing then, Joy to the World. And you might want to stand for this one too. You know?
There was a moment or two this week when I thought, nah, I won't preach. But then I changed my mind. So peace and light to you this holy night. Whenever a baby is born, we have hopes and dreams and expectations of how they will behave, who they will become, and what they will do with their lives. But this baby, this most holy one of God, well, the pressure on him is pretty much over the top. Imagine expecting a wee babe to single-handedly change the world, especially in a world where people don't necessarily really want to change. How can he possibly? And it's not even a full lifetime that we're talking about. I mean, from the time Jesus' ministry actually starts until he dies on the cross, 3 years. But that's a story for another day. Today, we are in the birthing room, admiring this sweet, holy child, his soft skin, that wonderfully addictive baby smell. No, not that baby smell, the sweet one. It shouldn't surprise us, really, that God would make God's self known through an infant. Studies have suggested that other than in the final hours of our lives, it is in the years between 0 and 4 that the veil between heaven and earth is the thinnest. It's as if children remain connected to the Holy One until the world begins to shift their focus to more earthly matters. A story is told that when a baby is conceived, and as it grows in its mother's womb, God sends an angel to teach the baby about all the wonders and secrets of the universe and of God's love. When the lesson is finished, the angel presses their finger to the child's lips, forming the philtrum, that little dent above our lips. And then the angel cautions the child to never reveal any of what they have been told to any living creature. Upon birth, it is said, the infant will forget all that they have ever been taught. When my grandson was 4 years old, he and his 7-year-old sister were laying on the floor in my home office while I worked. They were cutting pictures out of old magazines and taping and gluing them onto paper. Out of the silence, my grandson spoke. "I love seeing God," he said. I turned and looked at him, and there he was, choosing pictures of religious icons. Okay, I'm a minister, right? Like I have a lot of spiritual and religious magazines in my house, so that's what they were cutting up. And there he found all these icons, and he cut them out, and he glued them onto his paper. His sister, looking at him in wise disgust like only an older sibling can do, said, "What are you talking about? You can't see God. Can he, Grandma?" With a thoughtful expression on his face, he simply replied, "Yes, I do. I see God every day." That thin veil between heaven and earth, when children understand most deeply about the love of God and where God resides. I'm sure this new holy child understood that presence at least as well as my grandson. The difference being that Jesus retained that connection, that profound knowing of both God and God's call in his life. He was God incarnate, the Word made flesh. He lived the kingdom way, loving, caring for, and seeking out those who were being marginalized, excluded, and ignored. All the time quietly revealing the injustices of society that lead to such social and religious divisions. As we all know, and as is evident in our world today, despite his best efforts, Jesus did not achieve total transformation of society. but he did make a significant impact on many. I suppose we can say that Jesus' ministry is a failure, that the expectations placed on this infant child are too great, too much for him to handle. Or we can ask ourselves, what difference, if any, this holy birth makes in our lives? How do we keep Jesus' ministry alive? Or did it die along with him on the cross? Since you're sitting here tonight, I doubt that's the case. I suspect rather that there is something that draws you to this story of hope, something within it that you long for, a peace that passes all understanding, a love that knows no boundaries, a joy that dances us out into the world. But then what? In my very first congregation, with about 20 people on any given Sunday, there was one young family, a mother and her 3 children. I was also always very thankful for her gift of fertility. The eldest, his name was Josh. He was about 4 years old when one Sunday in Advent, as we were leading up to Christmas Day, I walked him around the sanctuary and stopped to show him the shepherds sitting in a windowsill. These shepherds and sheep, I said to him, they're out in their fields. They're minding their own business. They have no idea that God is about to do something really amazing. At this point, Josh looks up at me with his big, innocent 4-year-old blue eyes and asks, "Can God make himself into a person?" A unified gasp and then a hush moved through the congregation. Yes, yes, indeed, God can make God's self into a person. But not just once, not just in Bethlehem over 2,000 years ago, but every day before and since then. Every child that is born with the Holy One firmly embedded in their being. As children, we seem to know this. As adults, we sometimes forget. Sometimes we need 4-year-olds to remind us that if we are open to it, we can see God every day in creation, in the people we meet, and yes, even when we look in the mirror and see ourselves, we are seeing the face of God. And so I wonder, when you recognize and acknowledge that you are not only loved by God, but that God resides deeply in your soul, how does that change things for you? What life do you see for yourself? How are you called to live? What actions will you take to assist in the work that Jesus began? In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus is quoted as saying, "Truly I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter God's kingdom." May we dare not to be childish, making ourselves the center of the world. That's way too easy. But instead, may we become like children, open to the holy, attempting to understand God in all God's glory, and responding to the call from Jesus' life and ministry to offer hope, Seek peace. Live with joy. Share God's love. Be the light in the midst of this world's darkness. May it be so. Amen.
Clear in the darkness, a light shines in Bethlehem. Angels are singing, their sound fills the air. Wise men have journeyed to greet their Messiah, but only a mother and baby lie there. Ave Maria, Ave Maria, hear the soft lullaby the angel hosts sing. Ave Maria, Ave Maria, maiden and mother of Jesus our King. Where are his courtiers and who are his people? Why does he bear neither scepter nor crown? Shepherds his courtiers, the poor for his people, with peace as his scepter and love for his crown. Ave Maria, Ave Maria, hear the soft lullaby the angel hosts sing. Ave Maria, Ave Maria, maiden and mother of Jesus our King. What though your treasures are not gold or incense? Lay them before him with hearts full of love. Praise to the Christ child, and praise to his mother, who bore us a Savior by grace from above. Ave Maria, Ave Maria, hear the soft lullaby the angel hosts sing. Ave Maria, Ave Maria, maiden and mother of Jesus our King.
Here at Central Okanagan United Church, we don't pass an offering plate. If you wish to make a donation to the mission and ministry of this congregation, there are boxes at the back and over at this side entrance that you are welcome to put a donation into. We also recognize that our work and ministry in this world needs our time and our talents, our gifts and our skills. And we acknowledge all of that as an offering to God. And so I invite you for the next minute or two to just reflect back on this last week and think about the opportunities that you had to help someone else, to make someone laugh, to aid someone when they were struggling. Maybe you caught it and you helped. Maybe you were distracted and missed it. Just take a moment to remember them. Give thanks for those opportunities and pray that there will be many more to come. And so we pray. Holy One, as we gather this evening, all our attention is focused on a baby lying in a makeshift bed in an it will have to do stable. It's not lost on us that this holy child comes into the world among the poorest of the poor, and the angels tell us, this will be a sign to you. As we present our gifts to you, we pray that they might reach those in the greatest need, that they might lift those in the deepest despair, and that they might bring peace and compassion to those who find themselves amidst conflict. We pray this in the name of that holy child, Jesus the Christ. Amen. And so this evening we celebrate communion. It is a feast that is offered by God, offered by Christ to everyone, to anyone. It's not the table of Central Okanagan United Church. It's not the table of the United Church of Canada. It is God's table. And so all are welcome. Will you please join me in our opening to the communion? May God's light shine through you. Life is a gift to celebrate. May we rejoice in the wonder of this holy season. We celebrate tonight God with us, beyond our words, beyond our images, for we know God is beyond those things. But tonight, we find joy in the image of God coming to us in the form of the Christ child. We sense God's presence in creation and in the immensity of our universe, in the incredible display of life on this planet, and in our consciousness of something far greater than ourselves. As Christians, we rejoice in the birth of Jesus. In him, we see the fullness of possibility to make God's light visible in our lives. Like all of us, he grew in wisdom as he aged. He questioned. He searched for meaning. He shaped his convictions. He experienced love and came to know love's connectedness with God. He stood firmly in his own religious tradition and preached good news to all people, dreaming of a better humanity. We rejoice that he taught us not to imagine a manipulative, intervening God, but one who is as close as breath and as soft as a whisper, drawing us always toward goodness. We rejoice that Jesus led people to discover the sacred in the ordinary, in the lowly, in everyday life, in human yearnings to be better people, and in being neighbors to one another. Bread and wine, the fruit of vine and earth. He gave us these to keep us connected to the story. We remember the night before he died, according to our tradition, when he shared a meal with his friends. Jesus took bread, gave thanks, and broke it. He took the cup, gave thanks for all the blessings in his life, honoring the God so faithfully present in his life and in ours. Do this, remembering me. We break bread as Jesus did, remembering the call to love generously and faithfully, whatever the cost. We pour out wine, remembering our responsibility to be bearers of forgiveness, tolerance, and understanding. May these ordinary things be blessed, for they represent both the ordinary and the extraordinary, as Jesus calls us to follow him. So one of the things we like to do here at Central Okanagan is to pray for others. And I want to take this time for you to name aloud or in your hearts those things for which you want to pray, the people that perhaps couldn't be with us today, that you long that they might know God's grace and God's love. And as you name them, I will break bread for them as if they were actually here. And I don't usually start, but I want to start tonight with remembering the people that were in that tragic bus accident just a few hours ago. And so we remember the victims and their families. For the homeless, for the hungry, and for all of those who long for God's grace and God's love and do not know where to find it. May they find us. May they find you in their everyday lives. And we'll sing together the Lord's Prayer, but it's to a familiar tune of Good Christian Friends Rejoice, so the words are a little bit different.
Creator of the world, hallowed be your name. May your kingdom come to us. May your will be done through us. Bread you give us day by day. Your grace
the bread of life, the cup of blessing for you, for all. Our usher will guide you up through the center aisle, returning through the side aisles. And Keith and Laurel take the bread. Awesome. Keith and Laurel will serve. You want to just take the top one? I'll bring it to you. I will be your servant tonight. Don't get used to it. It's but a nibble of bread, a few drops of grape nectar. Not much by today's standards. Certainly isn't going to compare to the feasts that we have tomorrow, right? And yet somehow it is enough. It is enough to sustain us until we join at this table again. And for this, we offer our deep gratitude and pray together. We give thanks for God being with us in the love of family and friends, in whatever has been, in the circumstances of life now, and in whatever the future holds for us. And when we go out, may we share generously of this wonderful gift we have received. Amen. We're going to take a few moments now and light your candles. If you didn't get a candle when you came in, can you just raise your hand and the ushers will make sure that you've got one? And can you guys light the candles? There you go. If you just start, the candle lighters will go down the outside of the aisle, and if the person on the outside lights their candle, and then it can you can pass it down the aisle. It'll just make it go a little bit faster. And Francis, could we have the lights dimmed? And let's stand and sing together, Silent Night. Silent night,
Holy night,
As we go from this place into the dark night, into this sometimes dark world, go knowing that this light shines in you and can shine through you. So go in peace, go in joy, go in hope that God's kingdom is coming and we are all a part of it. Amen. You can blow your candles if you want to.